on. I'm literally one page into the last Olympian. What do you mean Percy's turned 16? Or doesn't turn 16 for another week? So we just skipped a whole nother summer? I I'm confused. Book 5 Book 4 ended at his 15th birthday, which his birthday is after camp. Like his birthday, he must have like an August birthday. I don't know. So you mean to tell me we just went through all of camp in his freshman year of high school? Something's not adding up because what do you mean? Did he make up with Annabeth? Has he seen Annabeth all school year? What was camp like this past year? What do you mean we're starting here? I don't like this. And then not them just casually throwing Rachel in there that like he's hanging out with Rachel. Where's Annabeth? What happened this during his fourth summer? I'm so confused. How did we jump to his 16th birthday already? We are on a consistent schedule of each book is every summer. So I'm so confused how we just skipped a summer. Like, all right, I guess. I don't like that. What's good, party people? It's your girl Imani, and I'm back with another book club video. And today we are on our Percy Jackson series. We are on The Last Olympian. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I am halfway through. I know. That's a long time to go without no check-in. I know. The problem is, with this one, I was doing a lot of reading, like, right before I went to bed. And so, like, I don't read it and then, like, oh, I need to get up and let them know what I thought about this chunk of chapters or whatever. So, I didn't really, there wasn't been time for me to, like, read and then discuss and then, go on about my day, whatever. Like, that's usually how it goes. Usually I read during the days or whatever, like, earlier in the night. So that way later on I can, like, debrief versus, like, for this book, it's just been reading all at night right before bed. But I recorded real quick while I was in bed. Well, because I pulled it out. Why did the first page gag me? Gagged me! So, starting off on that foot, I was like, all right, let me buckle in. But you know what? We've gotten better. Not Rachel kissing Percy before he left on his mission with Beckendorf. Whoa, pump the brakes, home girly. That is Annabeth's man right there. Chill out. You're doing a lot. I'm okay with you being his friend, but you're starting to cross some boundaries now. Chill out, okay? But, Annabeth and Percy they're percabething real hard right now. I mean, can we talk about Annabeth's voice being the tether to his soul when he dipped himself into the river of stinks? If he's not in love, I don't know what love is. And then, not them flirting before he went to go protect the bridge, talking about, can I get a good luck kiss? That's what we kind of do. And she's like, come back alive and we'll see, like, not y'all flirting. Y'all flirting like that? Okay, we see you. So yeah, my little Perkabeth heart is happy right now. Especially when she took the knife stab and it was gonna hit him in his weak spot that could have killed him. Not could have, would have killed him, like, because of the Achilles curse. That one spot is his only place he can die. And Annabeth jumped in because she just had a feeling that he needed protecting and took that stab wound for him. If they're not soulmates, I don't know who is. But I'm kind of a little concerned because, Percy's been having these dreams with Rachel. Like, what does Rachel know that's life or death? Because obviously she's got some abilities that are more than just seeing through the mist, like the way his mom can. And then also too, like, what's going on with Luke's mom? Like, what was she doing that caused them to like take her out, like make her go crazy? I'm so confused with that situation still. And is Rachel heading down that same path? Is that the parallel that's setting itself up? I don't understand. Um, but yeah, I need to see that play out immediately because that's making me anxious. Also, why is Clarice throwing a hissy fit? Like, girl, if you don't get over it, there are bigger things going on. You think anybody's gonna care about Ares or Ares' cabin or Ares demigods when Kronos takes power? No, we're all gonna be dead. So it really don't matter who gets the flying chariot. Like, girl, get a grip on reality. Oh my gosh, she's driving me crazy. I'm just like, what are we doing right now? Why are we arguing? Like, I don't know. She's irking my nerves. And I thought she was having a little bit of redemption in the last book, in Battle of the Labyrinth, when she was helping bring back Chris, or like trying to help him, you know, get his mind right again after being trapped in the I don't know. To see her a little bit side of her humanity, and then to see her like being so difficult again, is just like, boo. Where's the growth? Throwing tomatoes, boo. I'm not gonna lie, Beckendorf's death that one hurt a little bit. That was sad, I'm not gonna hold you. That one was, yeah, that was a toughie. Especially seeing how, like, the impact of it with Selena and, like, her trying. It's just so interesting to see, like, I believe she's an Aphrodite child, and so, like, you know, they're very, like, ooh, like, outfit, accessories, how do I look, get beauty, you know? And to see her, like, essentially when she lost Beckendorf, to kind of, like, want to be more than the stereotypical Aphrodite kid, or, like she's talking about, I just figured out the part where she was talking with, Percy and Annabeth, and she's like, no, let me go back to camp and try to convince Clarice, like, if anybody can do it, I can. And she's like great at flying on the Pegasus, and so like this is my time to like really help, like, even because I'm not much of a fighter, but I can do this. And I love that, like, especially because up until this point she's been relatively quiet and just kind of like heartbroken, and so to see her kind of use that pain to like want to do better and be better and help, it's just like really hard for me. And then also too, not Nico telling like Percy about how Beckendorf is gonna wait and like kind of like the peaceful part of the underworld where like people go who weren't bad, essentially. He's waiting on somebody, and we all know he's waiting on Selena. And I'm like, that is so cute, but like, that's so sad because these are children. Like Beckendorf is a 17-year-old boy. Like, he might be 18 at this point because I think he was getting ready to go off to college. Like, so like he's a college-age teenage boy who's dead. Like, that hurts. That's sad. But yeah, man, that first fight with that's been happening with Kronos, I didn't know if they were gonna make it. I mean, it seemed like they were fighting from every angle. I mean, I don't know, it was getting intense. Honestly, it started off a little slow, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like, man, it took me a couple days to get past, like, I would read like 1 or 2 chapters a night and then I'd be done. But after that, like, it started to really get into the nitty gritty. Also, they need to figure out who this spy is because it's messing everything up. But I feel like not knowing who this spy is amongst the campers is really going to bite them in the butt sooner or later. Like, yes, it's like messing up their plans here and there or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like they're gonna have like a really good game plan and like be close to defeating Kronos, and then he's gonna know like the plan, so he's gonna have something up his sleeve that they're not gonna be prepared for, and it's gonna bite them in the butt when they figure out who the traitor is, who the spy is. And I don't know, I just think it was a fatal mistake when he like when they were all looking at him, it's like, what's the plan or what we need to do, and he was kind of just like, we're gonna have to let the spy live. Like, we don't, like, if we turn on each other, then we're really not gonna stand a chance. Which I get, like, I get that, but I also think, I don't know. I think they need to spend a little bit more time figuring out who that spy is, because I don't know. I just feel it in my spirit that it's gonna bite them in the butt in a minute here. I'm so sick of Ethan. I need him to die. I'm sick of seeing his name on my page. Like, I'm ready for him to go. But yeah, I think that's most of my thoughts about the first 200 pages that I've read. So I got 60 pages left in the book. And wow, so many things happened. One, not Selena being the spy. I didn't see that one coming. But again, the prophecy never fails. They said a distraction would lead to death, and then Selena led that distraction of the Ares cabin, and it led to her death. And but I was in shock too. Like when I read that, I was like, whoa. I never, ever, 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 ever would have expected her to be the spy. Especially just because, like, but then again, that makes sense. Because if you want somebody to be a spy, you want them to be, like, low key. You want them to be someone you would never suspect. And out of everyone on the council, the one representing Aphrodite would never be your first one to be like, oh, she's a spy. Like, no, she cares about how she looks and what she's gonna wear and accessories. She's not worried about no war. So, like, she really did make the perfect spy. And then when she was dying and she was like, only like I think her literal last words were like, Charlie, like, because she knew she was gonna go be with him. Like, and then that just makes it so much harder, like, or makes it so much worse when you think about the fact that, like, Charlie literally died because of her. Like, if she wasn't spying on camp and telling Kronos about their mission, they wouldn't have been prepared for them, and Charlie possibly could be alive. Like, he wouldn't have died if they had been able to pull off their mission stealthily like they were supposed to. But she freaking told them. Like, oh my gosh, I can imagine that guilt was probably eating her up. Like, not only did she lose her boyfriend, but he died because of her. Like, oh, that's gotta be sick and twisted. Like, ooh. Whew. And then Rachel, I feel like, is this setting her up to be, like, the next Oracle? Is that, like, I think I was on the right track when I said that, like, they're trying to make a parallel between May and her, because I don't, like, what did she talk about with Chiron? I don't know. And, like, I just feel like that's the vibe I'm getting, is that, like, they're trying to figure out, or she's going to end up being the next Oracle. I don't know. It's going to be something, though. But yeah, that was just crazy. Like, I'm just still stuck on Selena. Like, the fact that she was the freaking spy. I'm not gonna lie, I did shed a tear for her, because that was just so sad. There was somebody else I shed a tear for earlier. That made me sad. Michael, that I shed a tear for Michael, because, you know, he's just a kid. He's just a kid. I love Annabeth, but I'm sick of her being jealous of Rachel. Like, it's killing the vibes, girl. Like, it was cute when it was like, you're a little jealous over your man, you're a little territorial. But it's like, girl, you just saved her from a plane crash, landed a helicopter. Like, that's pretty awesome. And you're, like, worried about Rachel? Like, giving a little bit of Mean Girl, I'm not gonna lie. Like, at this point, it's giving a tad bit of Mean Girl, because what do you want the girl to do? That's her friend. Like, she didn't ask to be Percy's friend and your enemy. Like, I don't know. And I get it, they're teenagers, like, you know, they're not necessarily the most logical thinkers. But I need a little bit more from Annabeth. I need her to keep it cute, you know? Never let him see you sweat. If Percy don't want to get together, that's on him. Bigger things going on. We're literally fighting a war with Kronos right now. And you're jealous. Come on. Do better. because I'm really sick of it. And I would like us to have a nice kumbaya moment before we all die. You know what I mean? Like Annabeth being jealous of Rachel is the equivalent to like when of the Ares cabin fighting over the dang flying chariot. Like, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't matter if we're all gonna die anyways. Like, focus. But yeah, I'll see y'all in a bit. Okay, I have finished Percy Jackson and the Last Olympian. And them last 60 pages was a doozy. I mean, so many things happened. So I don't know. It was just weird. Like, I like that he got a redemption right before death, but then I just wish he would have never needed redemption. Which is also, I guess, again, shows how, like, how good of a person Percy is and how well he was raised. Of like, when he was given the option of immortality, he chose to instead make the gods claim their children and get them to camp safely, like, so that no one would feel the way Ethan and Luke and all those other demigods that fought with Kronos felt about being unloved and unwanted and unclaimed. Like, so I feel like, yeah, Luke's story was sad to end that way, but it needed to go that way because it's going to make it better for hundreds and thousands of demigods of not ever having to feel that same shame. It just sucks that, like, it's one of those things where, like, the gods weren't going to learn until they were threatened with literally the worst thing possible. I mean, it just goes to show that, like, you know, sometimes people know more than you, and it's like this 16-year-old boy understands more about how to treat people than these thousands of years old gods. And, you know, the fact that defeating Kronos is what it took for them to really listen to him and take him serious, like, okay, whatever, but I love that for him. I love that everyone got their praise, down from Tyson to Clarice to Grover to Annabeth, even Luke, and Percy. Like, I'm glad everyone got their flowers by the gods. And yeah, it was just, it wrapped up so nicely, which, like, makes me really intrigued about the sixth book because, because the sixth book came out way later than the first five. So 5 wraps it up nicely. And so I'm interested to see how 6 is because, you know, Rachel becomes the Oracle and she says her first great prophecy, which of course they don't know if that's like recent, like something that's going to happen soon, or like, you know, the last great prophecy was Percy's, and that was given 70 years ago. Like, it took 70 years for that prophecy to come true. So you never know, like, the timeline of the prophecy. So I'm wondering if the 6th book is going to be, like, about that prophecy and what the timeline is. But yeah, Annabeth and Percy are locked in. It's about time. When people said this was a slow burn, they meant it was a slow burn. Like, it literally took all 5 books for them to to admit that they were in love with each other and, you know, together. Literally, like, the last 10 pages of book 5 too, at that. But I'm glad Annabeth has, like, gotten over her animosity with Rachel because, like I said in the last clip, that was bothering me and like that for my girl. So I like that they're cool now, but it's like, you're just cool because you know your man don't want her no. That's all that is. Like, and plus she's the Oracle, so she can't date anyways. But it's just funny because it's like, girl, when you thought she was competition, you did not like that girl. You was shaking in your boots. But now that she's not competition anymore, you're cool and, you know, ready to be friends. Which, again, they're 16, so that's not surprising. What else? Yeah, Ethan had to die. I'm sorry, his death, I wasn't sad about it because he was getting on my last living nerve. I was more sad about Luke's death than I was his. But even then, Luke's death still wasn't like, I didn't shed a tear over Luke's death because, yeah. Nico had to chew his daddy out, which was kind of funny. Like, telling him about how, like, what good is it gonna do to keep holding this grudge against your family if we're all gonna be dead anyways? Like, that's not, like, if you want to fight with your family, you need to fight with your family, but you got to be alive to do that. Like, come on. So I'm glad Hades came to his senses, and Poseidon's not winning no Father of the Year awards, but you know, he did his big one in this one. Yeah, not Percy giving up immortality for my girl Annabelle. He said, I wanna have a relationship. I wanna grow old with her. Like, that's my dog right there. Perkabeth? Locked in. Locked in. What else? Yeah, it was sad to see them, like, you know, giving their proper goodbyes to all their fallen friends. You know, Selena, Luke, Ethan, Michael. You know, it was all sad. But it's nice. It was nice to see them, like, rebuilding and, like, building the other camps. And, you know, kids are getting claimed and making their way to camp. Like, I love that. I love that all. Like, they're in a new age, and I love it. Overall, I think I would rate this book a 5 out of 5. I would read this one again. This one was the best book in the series. I had ranked Lightning Thief a 4 out of 5, Sea of Monsters a 3 out of 5, Titan's Curse, I believe I gave that one a 4 out of 5 as well. And then I gave Battle of the Labyrinth 3.5. And then I give The Last Olympian a 5 out of 5. I might have gave Lightning Thief a 5 out of 5 too. I think I did. I think I gave Lightning Thief 5 out of 5. Because then the next one was Titan's Curse with a 4. Then Battle of the Labyrinth 3.5. And then Sea of Monsters with a 3. Yeah. So Lightning Thief and Last Olympian are my 5 out of 5s. Honestly, but I would give The Last Olympian like a 5.2, just because, like, now that I've read the series, the first one, it's not boring, but it's just like it's the start of the series, so it's not as action packed the way, like, after the first time you read it, like, and plus I've seen the movie so many times, and the show was on the first season, on the first book, so like I know that one in and out, so like the odds of me actually picking up one to read again, like just on a random day, is probably going to be The Last Olympian. But yeah, so now we're on to the next one, the last one out right now of the Percy Jackson series. I know Rick's writing more books right now, but who knows when those will ever come out. But the 6th one will be our next book club book. And so until then, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things. And if you disagree, argue with your mammy, not me. Bye.